Hello, my modeling friends. Every now and then in life, you get some things and you get some stuff. Things, they're pretty good. You get like that kind of thing. And you get some stuff, which is also pretty good. But every once in a while, something comes along that's so spectacular and awesome and is a piece of history, and it needs a pointless, random, somewhat thought out introduction. But it deserves that. And I want to take this opportunity to understand why it's so important for something that never existed. But it's special in its own way. For 30 plus years, this ship that never was a phantom, only to be seen in small conversion kits or fantasy 3D prints or just scratch builds. But now, something special is here. And it is extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. Skip to this time code to watch the review. But first, I want to talk about it. Just why it's important. Or important to me anyway. And hopefully to some of you guys, you'll feel the same way. Take your back self something. Take yourself back in time to the 70s. Weird time, I wasn't alive, or even the molecules of me hadn't even come together, which is good or bad or, whatever. There were drugs and things and Nixons and all sorts of things were happening. But Star Trek was on the air. It was reruns. A show that was finally finding its feet. And now it's becoming popular again. Well, what do they want to do? Let's make a TV movie. We'll do a low-budget movie. We'll do a miniseries. We'll do something weird where they go back in time and they turn out to be Titans or whatever. Anyway. And then finally, they come together and make a new thing. They decide Star Trek Phase 2. Now, Star Trek Phase 2, in my mind, there's something about it that's so fascinating. I mean, the reality is, it was the mid-70s, and if they had made it, Star Wars would have either just been out or coming out, so they wouldn't have had the, special effects that they had then. It'd be a okay show, and some probably corny visual effects, and lasers that look like, beams of light cut in where the actors freeze, and then it goes in, and that would be that. But here it is nonetheless. Whole book dedicated just Phase 2. Even's got its scripts in there and stuff. So why is it such an interesting thing? I've tried to figure that out for a long time, and I can't even find an answer. Hell, it's such an interesting thing that the fan film is Star Trek Phase 2. They've continued it, even though it was nothing. It was just a production of a TV show that turned into a movie. Regardless, the television series that almost was. Star Trek Phase 2. A bold new enterprise, voyaging beyond the stars, exploring strange new worlds and new civilizations on a new ship. Well, almost a new ship. A refit, but not quite the refit we're used to. You can see her here on the cover, sort of the TOS Enterprise with refitted nacelles. But today, after 30-something years. 40 years? I don't even know how long it's... I guess it's more like 40 years. We finally have this ship. Let's check it out. As you might imagine, as is no surprise with all the other videos on this YouTube channel, my favorite model company is UGG Models. Now, it may seem contemptful to make such weird noises, but that's how I see the very angry, disgusted U in their logo. Seems like the kind of sound it would make, but it's a sound of joy and love and something somewhat wrong with your stomach or throat, but it's a beautiful thing anyway. Like waking up after a super glue-induced hangover, or spraying too much lacquer thinner through your airbrush, and that special kind of buzzed out, your brain is deteriorating feeling. And today, we're going to look at that. Introducing, from UGG Models, Starchwreck Phase 2, the Gray Phantom. As I like to call it, Constitution Class Refit. Finally, in 1/1000 scale. Let's check it out. So this one, unlike my usual things, I have not had a look through yet. And we'll start out with the very useful decal making guide, or applying guide, and assembly. And we have my favorite thing in the world, peanuts. But the good thing about peanuts is no broken pieces. Ah, let's check it out. What do we have here? First bag. Anybody know what these are? Clear vacuform Bussard collectors, which will be very important later. You can see these glorious, glorious little pieces of resin here. Start out with the saucer. So this kit is in their wonderful smooth-on resin. The saucer was hand-sculpted. As you can see, glorious, glorious, perfectly smooth, no pits or bubbles or anything. Impulse engine, sensor dome. It's glorious. And here we go with all the other parts. So we need some scissors for this one. The rest of these parts were 3D designed and printed on a Form 1 printer, which is pretty awesome. Let's get that out of the way. So many peanuts. All right. Let's talk about those nacelles. Now, you've got your nacelles. These are also 3D designed and very interesting, different from the refit, or the traditional refit, I should say. A little stubbier ends, different detailing up here, kind of full frontal Bussard collectors, more TOS-ish than refitty. Something. That's not a word, but that's okay. And let's check out the secondary hull. Secondary hull is gorgeous. Look at all the windows. They even have the little docking port. Photon torpedo tubes. And look at that deflector. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say this deflector dish looks better than the round 2 version. They even have all the little segment pieces on the inside here. Now, I should say they used all the references out there to do this kit. The pictures of the studio model, the drawings Matt Jeffries did. So this is a very perfect, accurate recreation. Now, what's cool about these warp engine pylons, in addition to the amazing detail, we do have cast into it a piece of piano wire, which will ensure that the kit will never, droop or anything like that under the weight of the nacelles. So, and then you also get nice solid points of mounting for them too, so they're not going anywhere. So that's pretty awesome. And, oops, sorry about that. More fabulous pieces. Let's check it out. Now you do get 2 shuttle bays. You get your closed shuttle bay with some very nice doors. So get that to focus. There you go. A little control tower up there. And then also a wonderful, super detailed, I don't even know how he cast this, open shuttle bay, which will go about like that. Let's see. Come on, you. There you go. Look at that. Look at that detail. That is spectacular. Even the little wind, or the lights at the top. Awesome. And then the little front on there. In addition to that, you can't have an open shuttle bay without two itsy-bitsy, teeny-weeny, microscopic, impossible to paint, but very sexy shuttles. You have your standard Class F shuttle. Let's see if we can get this guy. Come on, camera. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. And then the nacelles. Detail on the back. Even has the little vent. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that the first time. Look at those little, can you see those vents? It even has the little itsy-bitsy, teeny-weeny, microscopic little vents on the back. That is unbelievable. The windows on the front. There's even an imprint of the door. Spectacular. Ah. So there's that. And, if that weren't enough, another itsy-bitsy, teeny-weeny, microscopic little shuttle pod. TOS version, of course. Engines on the back. Little windows on the front. Equivalent of a type... whatever the TNG shuttle pod type is. I can't even remember. But, yeah. Itsy-bitsy, teeny-weeny, microscopic little thing. And, as a beautiful go-with, this lovely Star Trek Phase 2 base with the Delta Shield and the cool Phase 2 font. Also, for kind of an option, if you don't want, or do or don't want, we also have a impulse engine detail. I forget what this is called on the ship. But you can attach that or not, depending on how you want to. One thing I did forget to mention, saying how these were important, is you'll notice on the engines we've got a solid front Bussard collector. You can sand those off and then put on, if I can hold it, the clear vacuform ones, so you can get some cool effects going on there and stuff like that. Have it painted from behind, so that'll be kind of cool. So just kind of an extra little fun thing that they added onto the kit. And let's continue, shall we, with the destructions. The glorious destructions. Very easy to understand, one page. You know, I'm going to move the box because I cannot go back far enough to do the thing. Go over here. There we go. Very easy to understand instructions, all detailed on how to assemble the kit. And finally, a nice little decal guide. It explains everything. And wait till you see the decal sheet. That's where it's pretty fun. I mean, it's also fun. It's already fun as it is, but just wait. It's going to be sweet. So there you go. Decal guide, placement guide. And now, let's check out this decal sheet. This thing, whatever. Here you go. Check this out. That is the decal sheet you get with this kit. So many options. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know what to build with or put decals on. Put something. You got sort of the Franz Joseph-ish font, I think, is what that's supposed to be. Different font right there. You got your classic font. Then you've got your refit font. You've got some classic pennants, and then the motion picture pennants, and then there's these cool red-filled ones that are kind of different. You've got your under-detailing, the RCS thrusters and phasers, which are printed in gold, so that's awesome. Or I guess it's silver covered with yellow. You got your stripes, all of your different fonts markings. You got the landing pads, different impulse engine decals, stripes, all these things. And of course you get Constellation, which is awesome. Constellation, 2 different fonts, and Constitution in 2 different fonts. So that is a wide, versatile decal set, if I do say so myself. So, and the cool thing is, it's 1/1000 scale, so if you wanted to use the refit sheet or one of the JT Graphics alternate names, have at it, you know. Sky's the limit on that. So, but you want to see what it looks like. And I'm not going to build this one up right now, but I think we want to probably see what she looks like all built up. So I just happen to have, if I'm going to bump the camera, the Phase 2, the Gray Phantom, all built up for you. Now, I was hoping to have it painted by now, but it started snowing and being 17 degrees here, so that's not going to happen right now. But in a future video, I'll show her all built up. Basically, the kit is super easy to build. You drill out the just get a little pin vise and drill out the things for the um, piano wire, so you get it nice and stable. And then, I mean, other than that, it's pretty much plug and play. They do recommend you do a pin through the saucer. I haven't done that yet. I probably will, just to be sure. But the easy, nice thing about that is you won't really have to worry about filling it if you want to put this guy on there. So if you make it the correct width. So there's that. Let's check her out and see if I can get her off the stand. Look at that. Look at that deflector dish. That is spectacular. That is so awesome. I can't even deal with it. And even the little tiny itsy bitsy, teeny weeny itsy bitsy, I know I keep saying that a lot, detail inside the docking port right there. Primer looks a little messy, I know, because I was trying to make sure this seam was all filled using some filler primer. So the coat looks a little odd. Now, as far as what the ship might have looked like when it's done, that's kind of up to you. Here's some pictures of the studio model, not quite done. And who knows what happened to it. But one has shown up in like a Planet Hollywood that's done, but it's kind of done as the refit, but it clearly has the Phase 2 warp engines and details. So who knows what happened to the original. Maybe it got built up as that refit that shows up in Planet Hollywood, or that was just a cast off of it or whatever. Maybe it was destroyed, who knows, which would be a shame, but it is what it is, I guess. So, but for those of us who can't afford a $10,000 fiberglass kit, we have this glorious little model for $75 plus shipping. And kudos out to Will Barton for suggesting they do it. Because without him and his suggestion, we would not have this glorious Gray Phantom to play with. Now, just because I'm curious, because I haven't really compared it to the others yet, let's check her out next to a classic starship, which, if the show had actually existed, maybe we would have seen one on the show. Possibly. Who knows? There you go with that. Runaway refit detailing. There's that. And of course, let's compare it to a classic refit or traditional refit. I don't know what the word I want to use is. Something. Get both of those. Peanuts out of the way. And finally, just for fun, actually not quite finally, here is something interesting. This is a kit available from JT Graphics. And basically what this is a model conversion kit of one of the early Phase 2 concept ideas. Endeavor is what it's kind of been adopted into fandomness with, or as, or whatever you want to say. But basically, this was one of the ideas they had playing around with. This kit is available at JT Graphics, and then UGG Models is also doing a nacelle and pylon set to do this guy too. My decals have horribly yellowed because I'm an idiot and forgot to clear coat it, so that's my bad. So I ordered some more, and I'm going to redo this. And there's a crack developing in the saucer anyway, but that doesn't matter. There you go with that. And one other interesting thing of note to compare it to. Here we have my attempt at a Phase 2 type starship. This is a kit, or conversion kit, that was offered many years ago by Cheetah Productions. And basically all it was some Phase 2-ish nacelles, as you can see. Basically what I did is gave her a TOS deflector dish, kind of a TOS bridge, and this is the new constellation, you could say, NX 1017-A. So it was kind of an idea. It's not my best model. As you can see, there's a lot of silvering and other crap going on, but it's still fun. It was fun. But, yeah. So, you can check out here some pictures of the ship next to all these guys and see kind of some ideas. So it'll go perfect, with your fleet and everything. Like I said, super awesome, detailed, sexy kit. I'm excited. I'm going to get maybe even another one after this, because what I'd like to do is do a traditional one, as the kit is, and then I would like to do one of the artwork ones. Would be cool, and like from this picture. And then also, what I'd really want to do, and I'm sure this will require some custom decals, but this ship from the Star Trek The Motion Picture, one of the early posters where they use the Phase 2 design, get all those windows in there and stuff, so that'd be kind of fun. And I'll probably name them all different ships so I don't have 20 Enterprises, because I already have a Cage and We're No Man Enterprise up there on the shelf. So, and I'll have to make an ISS Enterprise and a Production Enterprise and all that stuff. So one of these will be the Enterprise, but still. Anyway, but you can make all different ones with the Constellation and Constitution decals. But yeah, your imagination is basically the limit here. And knowing most of you guys' imaginations, they're far beyond what anybody can comprehend, and they're awesome. And you make so many cool things and stuff. Every day I get on the boards and pages and stuff and see what crazy awesome new things people have come up with, and it's always awesome. So anyway, I fully, wholeheartedly recommend this ship to be bought and built and had fun with, and add to your fleet, and fill the void of the new Trekless 70s, I guess, and make the ship that never was live as it should have, as a plastic and/or resin model kit. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Go buy it. It's glorious. Yeah. I don't. Oh! One thing I did forget to mention, as I forget, I didn't get one in this one because we had to get this one out pretty quick. But all the kits coming out will include a glorious little fridge magnet of the box art. So, and I hear they're going to start including that with all the kits. And my favorite one, go look at the Capella. I'll put it up. The Capella with the star base. That should be a poster, because that's just, it's glorious. There should be a Starship Museum, art museum somewhere with all these people that are just so talented at the 3D design and picturograph, Photoshop, light bender, whatever the heck it is. So, just a nice coffee table book with all that stuff. Like that Ships of the Line calendar, and they made it into a book, but, branch it out a little more too. So, but anyway, that is the Phase 2 Enterprise ship Constitution class thingy. And it's glorious. It is glorious! I was in tears, and something else. It was a wonderful experience, and it will be a wonderful experience. The human modeling adventure is just beginning. Look at the amazing times we live in. They can make all the kits we've ever wanted. 3D printing and 3D design and milling and CNC machining and all these amazing things with the detail and ease of assembly that we would want. It's just, these are the times. These are the modeling times worth living for. So, without further ado, I wish you happy modeling and to live long and prosper.